Testing, testing. Is this thing on? It's on. Welcome to the Soapbox. I am Erica I am, and you are joining me today as I kind of do a revival of my YouTube channel. Gotta put the phone on silent. I'm doing a revival of my YouTube channel. I have been doing a podcast for a few months. I only did it for a few weeks, really, but it's been over a few months. But long story short, I have a new vision and a new plan, and I have learned that with a strategy and with God, all things are possible. So again, welcome to my channel. Today I just wanted to do a little introduction of sorts. I wanted to kind of talk about who I am, what I am, why I do this, and what the goal and the hope is for these videos and the website and the eventual podcast. So the title of today's video is Who I Am, and I'm sure you want to know who I am. So as my name says, I am Erica I am, and the reason that my name is Erica I am is because in Christ we are new, right? When you are saved, or even you just come to that place in life where you grow up and you become your own person, you're no longer who mom and dad call you. You're no longer who they call you at school. You are your new person, your new identity. And who I am purpose. I am an author. I am a designer. I am a teacher. I am a friend. I'm a daughter. I'm a sister. I'm so many different things. So it just made sense to kind of attach that to my name, Erica I am. If you need help, I am your help. If you need a friend, I am your friend. If you need counseling, to God be the glory, I am your counselor. If you need prayer, I am your prayer warrior. So I am here today as your friend, as your motivator, and as your sister, because I understand where we live, it's not easy. It's not easy to wake up every day and get through 24 hours without hurting someone else, or without hurting yourself, or without just wanting to give up completely. So I am here to encourage you just a little bit if I can. So a few things I wanted to go over. I dream in color. And what this means is I know that this world is full of strife. There's always something going on. There's always a bad story on the news. But I choose to dream in color. I choose to see the things that are not as though they were. I choose to look at abandoned buildings and see beautiful new storefronts. I choose to look at broken homes and see beautiful reparations to marriages. And I just see revival. So I choose to dream in color. I dream on purpose. Sometimes I close my eyes and I just daydream. I just sit still and I allow visions to flow to me. And, as long as they're not evil or, lustful or harmful to who I am. But I entertain those dreams and those visions and those thoughts because that's where my creativity comes from. People always ask, how did you come up with this? Or where did that come from? I dream in color. I intentionally take time to dream. And when I dream, I make sure that it's colorful and it's bright and it's beautiful because life is dark enough. Okay. Also, I believe in wishes on dandelions. And what is a dandelion? It's those flowers you see in the spring. They grow on this tall, slim green stem. And then the top is kind of like, it looks from afar like a cotton ball. But when you get up close, it's a bunch of different little petals. But basically these flowers, ever since I was a little girl, we'd run over to them, we'd make a wish, and then we blow all of the little petals or bulbs, whatever you want to call them. They look like feathers, but you just blow them and you watch them float around in the air. And as a 30-year-old woman, I still wish on dandelions because I believe we should never get too old. We should never get to the point where we take life so seriously that we can't enjoy a flower. It's so silly. Yeah, we're not in grade school doing he loves me not. But at the same time, God has given us this gift of imagination and this gift of creativity, and we get to connect with nature. And God himself made that dandelion. So when I'm speaking to that dandelion in my heart, I'm speaking as much to God as I am to the flower in front of me. So yes, I wish on dandelions. I dream in color. I wish on dandelions. I still look for rainbows. When it rains, I look for a rainbow. And God is so faithful because majority of the time I find one. God, he left the rainbow as a promise to us on earth that he would never completely flood the earth like he did in the days of Moses and the ark. Noah and the ark, not Moses. But I love rainbows because they're so peculiar. First of all, I love rain. I absolutely do. I love thunderstorms and lightning. I love when the house gets dark. I love the smell of rain. I love how it changes the temperature. I love how it makes people sit down and be still. I love the rain. So when there's a rainstorm, especially on those days where it's raining and it's sunny, I go outside and I find the rainbow because that is my proof. We all know we didn't make it rain. God does that. But how beautiful is it that even after the rain is gone, he leaves little pieces. He leaves like his footprints in that rainbow. So I go and I find it. And I like to take pictures of it. And I like to enjoy it and embrace it. Because guys, like I said before, life is hard enough. There's always something pulling on your emotions, pulling on your attention. So when you can intentionally take your attention away from the things that hurt you and focus on something that gives you life, something that gives you joy, something that brings you peace, that's power. And so that's the next thing I'm going into. I meet no stranger. I speak to creation and it listens. It's because we have this authority and this power. We are human. The plants can't say that they're human. As intelligent as dogs and cats and some other animals are, they can never say that they're human. They can't speak to a tree and tell it to grow and then it actually happens. And just a quick story, we have a couple fruit trees in my yard. And a few years ago, there was a storm and our orange tree, she died. She didn't make it. It's okay. We miss her, but she's okay now. But we do still have a pecan tree. And for about 3 years, the pecan tree was just like dormant, just there. Like, I have leaves, but no pecan. And so I began praying over the tree in 2017. Last year, it gave us so many pecans, we still have not shelled them all. Our neighbors picked up pecans. Relatives came and got pecans. We have pecans. I have made granola and cookies, and Mama has made pecan candy. I mean, we've been using them. We still have them in the freezer. We still have them in the shelves and in the storage room. My point is, we spoke to that tree, and by faith, we believed that we had authority, that I could tell that tree, you're on my property. If you're going to be here, you're going to grow some pecans. And that's how it happened. And I say that to say, when we get that bold in life, when you are willing to speak to nature, when you can even speak to the rain, to the wind, and not that it's going to always obey you, but it's just the power. It's just the boldness to be able to speak to a thing. There's power in that. It does something for you when you use your word to speak to the things in front of you. Because when they change, it reminds you that you really are working with God, the creator of heaven and earth. And, there's beauty in that and there's power in that. And not to get too biblical, but there's even a Bible story where Jesus curses a fig tree. He goes over to this tree. It hasn't produced any fruit. He's hungry. And so he's like, you know what? Die. Because if you're not here to do what I put you on this earth to do, what reason are you here for? And that kind of leads me back into where I say I meet no stranger. We are all extensions of the same being. No matter what we look like, no matter where we come from, no matter what our name is, no matter what we believe in, the same God made us all. The same dirt formed us all. The same breath is in us all. The same blood is in all of our veins. And I say that to say, part of your purpose on being on earth, a part of the purpose you are on earth, is to love on other people. It's to get to know other people. It's to share a word. It's to share an encouragement. It's to hug. It's to enjoy. It's to have companions. It's not just to preach or to get a paycheck or to have a car or to get married and have babies. That's not life. That's just things that come with life. Those are perks. But the purpose of life is for all of us to love each other again, to be on one accord, to come together in unity. Imagine your mother has 12 children. And then you go your separate ways and you 12 never see each other. Well, what was the point of mama having all those children? One mom and dad come together and have babies because they want those babies to form a community that can sustain them. The same applies to us. So I meet no stranger. Whether we're in the grocery store, Walmart, Sears, we could be on the corner, we could be at a parade, we could be at church, at another church. You might not even speak English. I'm going to smile at you. I'm going to talk to you. If you let me, I'm going to talk to you for a minute, as long as I can. Not because I want to know your business, not even because I want to preach to you, but because I recognize that you are a part of me. So why am I here on YouTube? Because you are a part of me. Because I am a part of you. I spend hours on YouTube watching self-help and empowering videos, and even preachers who are preaching, and young women giving makeup tips or just singleness tips or learning about God. I study my Sunday school lesson on YouTube. And so I decided, God, I want to be reconnected to my purpose. I have this vessel. I have this free channel. I might as well use it. Not necessarily to be on to be out here all holier than thou, not to preach down anybody or to chase them down or to convince them of anything, but simply to connect, to love on people, to see who it is out there that I don't know. I look forward to whomever I may meet. When I originally began doing YouTube in 2015, I met a couple people from overseas. It's so exciting how we can come together with one common interest, which is talking or listening or reading or poetry or whatever it is that we have in common. We can come together and get to know each other no matter what continent we live on. And the thing that we all have in common is love. No matter what language we speak, no matter what barrier, what religion, one thing we have in common is that we are able to love because Christ first loved us. So I meet no stranger. I'm here because I'm not a stranger to you. You're not a stranger to me. If you see me somewhere and you have seen this video or whatever, say, hey girl. And I would say, hey girl, hey boy, whatever, right back to you. Because life is too short for us to live as though we're nomads. No man is an island. We all need somebody at some point for something. And so we go around thinking that, oh, I don't know them, or I'm not from that area, and we keep ourselves divided, then the enemy constantly wins. Because see, a lie can only live where there's separation. And struggle and strife can only exist where there is separation. The only reason that America has as many problems as America has is because America has divided and separated itself as many times as it could possibly do so, and is still looking for new ways to be divided. It blows my mind. But that's beside the point, because we have this internet thing. We have this freedom of speech, and I just want to be that voice that encourages you to use it. Use it. There are enough things dividing and separating and keeping us from each other. It is time that we tenaciously attack the power that we have. We should attack it and use it. Attack that internet. Not by being mean and gossipy and talking about people and cursing people out and arguing. No, attack it, meaning use it. Use it effectively. Be productive. Build something. Create something. Reach out to somebody. Because that is how we're going to change the world. That's exactly how the world got into this place that it's in now. It may not have been the internet. It may have been media, TV, etc. I won't go on any further. But the point I'm making is we can only reverse the damage that has been done if we ourselves make some effort. So this is me telling you to join me in making some effort. Because this video, my return to YouTube, my return to Instagram, my return to the internet, this is why. It's not for attention. I don't need your attention. I get enough. I get enough attention. I have two parents who love me dearly. I have two older brothers, a boatload of nieces and nephews and cousins and aunts and uncles. No shortage of attention in my life. I'm not here for fame or just to say that I'm here. I'm here because I believe you and I have something in common, and that thing is love. So I meet no stranger. And next, I kind of just explained this, but I do believe that love is the answer. I believe that love is the answer to the world's problems. I believe that love is the answer to the brokenness that exists in families. I think love is the answer to our school system, our government system. We have stopped loving each other, and we have begun loving money and power and success and things more than we love each other. And that is a huge problem among the human race, because I can't kill you if I love you. I won't leave you if I love you. I won't molest you if I love you. I won't lie to you if I love you. So if we can really go back to the root of all things, which is love, and begin to, as individuals, perfect love within us. And what I mean is just be willing to learn how to love. Be willing to admit that maybe you learned it wrong. Maybe you were taught how to love by someone who was abusive or someone who was manipulative. And so you've grown up and you love in that same way. So just be willing to admit you don't know everything about everything. And say, you know what, God, I want to love, but I don't know how. Or maybe, God, I think I know how to love, but I'm not sure. So can you correct me? And just go forward and be willing to try. Be willing to try. There's extreme risk in love, because when you love, you open yourself up to be hurt. When you love, you open yourself up to receive. And when you're loving on something that gives you nothing good back, it can sometimes be painful. But love is a process. Love is a process, especially when dealing with people. You're not going to just meet a bunch of people who automatically love you back. You're going to run into a lot of people who criticize you, a lot of people who may just bully you, a lot of people who don't believe in you, people who just don't want to hear you. They don't want you to exist. And because they don't want you to exist, they're going to make you feel like you're doing something wrong simply because you want to love them. So that's when you have to learn to love from a distance. But at all costs, still love. Don't withhold your love from this world simply because one or two people don't appreciate it, because love truly is the answer. Some other little fun things that have nothing to do with nothing, but on this channel you might see a little bit of everything. I love to doodle. As I said before, I'm an artist. I'm a designer. I design clothes. I'm a graphic designer. I design bulletins and graphic art. I am learning to do vector art, but I doodle. I doodle because I have to. I doodle because sometimes my mind gets so clouded and so busy that the only thing that helps is to take a pen and scribble until what's in me is out of me. And sometimes it's something beautiful. Sometimes it's a poem. Sometimes it's a picture. Sometimes it's some scribbly lines on a piece of paper. But I do it because it's necessary. There's so many videos out here on ways to deal with anxiety and all different types of pills you can take. I want to encourage you, before you go and get a prescription, sit down with yourself and see what you can do to help you. You can doodle. You can get a coloring book. You can do crossword puzzles. You can, anything. But I share these things with you. It sounds silly. I get bubbles and I blow bubbles. Get you a bubble machine if you have to. Don't ever let somebody think something is childish just because they don't want to do it. Yes, you may be a grown-up. You may have children. You may have nieces and nephews around, neighbors around. Play with them. Get the bubbles out. Let the excuse be, I'm playing with the kids. Get the ball out and throw it with the kids. It's not all about doing things like the spa and getting your nails done and your hair done. That's great. That's fine. That's relaxing. But sometimes you broke and depressed. Sometimes you can't get to those places. So what are you going to do? Pull out a piece of paper and draw or write. Go outside, find someone to do, someone to play with, something to do. And I say someone to play with, not in a perverted way, but find someone who wants to shoot hoops with you. Find somebody that doesn't mind going on a walk with you. Find somebody that don't mind cooking with you or baking with you. Or like I said, get some bubbles. Bubbles are beautiful. They really are. And there is no distraction greater than watching a kid enjoy themselves. So find something that you can do that not only feeds your spirit and your soul, but also loves on someone else. One of the gifts I have is that at 30, I don't yet have my own children. So that means every child I meet, I have time for. The children in my neighborhood, I have time for. You have homework, I have time. I'm willing to give because I understand that child is being fed. Yes, their mom and dad can do it. Yes, their grandparents can do it, and they do. But how much cooler is it when someone who isn't related to you makes time for you anyway? Somebody that you can't pay, somebody that you can't do anything for in return, but they think of you. They make time for you. They show you you're important to me. Because everybody knows mommy and daddy loves them. But how great is it when you know, but my neighbor loves me too. But my church member loves me too. My TT loves me too. My uncle loves me too. That's what it's about. That's what it's about, you guys. So, as I have opened up a little bit, told you who I am, what I am, why I am, I look forward to hearing from you. Feel free to leave me a comment. You can email me at ericaiam@gmail.com. You can visit my blog on WordPress. You can hit me up on Instagram, whatever you want to do. But I want to hear from you. I want to hear who you are, why you are, what do you do? What are your ways of combating bad days? Do you color? Do you doodle? Do you draw? Do you dream in color? Do you believe in rainbows? Do you chase rainbows? Are you excited by the rain? I care. I truly do. There may not be anybody else who's willing to listen to you or talk to you, but I am, because I know too well the power of interacting and connecting with people out there who are like us. And I believe that I'm like you. If I wasn't, I wouldn't be here. God would not have just made me all by myself to just be the only human. There gotta be millions and billions more, right? And I know there are, because you're watching. I thank you. I thank you for watching. Welcome back. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am so happy to be on this journey with you. And you have my word. I won't let go. I won't give up. I won't get bored. And I won't get discouraged. Because I understand that as much as I need healing and wholeness and community, so do you. And I am here for you. So thank you for joining me. I look forward to seeing you again here on Erica I Am. Take care.